So you just back from New Zealand. How was it?
Yeah, really cool to be fair. It was really nice to be back out there. Like obviously get the win over in New Zealand was always pretty special. New coaching setup, new coaching staff, all that stuff. So yeah, it was pretty cool. But glad to be back, even though the weather's rubbish.
Yeah. Long way away though, isn't it? It's like,
no, it's
spent a long time out there as well.
Yeah, so we were gone for 4 weeks. Like for me, obviously didn't go last year, so it wasn't so brutal. But for the girls that did that journey last year as well, just absolutely savage.
Back-to-back summers or winters down there.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
How about you? How's your summer?
Yeah, it was all right. Summer was good, but like, you know, last few weeks have been pretty tough. Everything around rugby is obviously for us, it's so shortened at the moment because of the less teams. So every game is proving more and more important. And we just need to, so obviously yesterday was tough.
Yeah, brutal.
But it was a lot. It's a weird feeling compared to last week. Like last week was real disappointment around sort of letting yourselves down, letting people down. You know what it's like, it's in terms of like work rate and stuff, doesn't take a lot of talent to do.
Yeah.
Whereas all that was there yesterday. It was just a few minor things that hopefully come this weekend we can sort, which would be nice.
How is the mood in camp? Because the pictures of you lot after that game,
it's surprisingly, like I say, last week was probably one of the toughest weeks I've had at Gloucester in a long, long time. Just because of that thing around letting people down. Like everyone felt like we let so many people down. And to have the 40 minutes go so well at the first half as well, it wasn't like, you take complete disasters where like, you know, say at Leicester the other week where it's like 45-0. Like sometimes you just write that off and go again. Yeah. We actually did some good stuff. It was then, why didn't we do it again? It just came down to not, you know, the boss said it just wasn't working hard enough, wasn't being physical enough, all the stuff that a Gloucester team tends to pride itself on. Yeah. But you know, hopefully back at Kingsholm we can do a job on Leicester. But Kingsholm for you guys has been a bit different, hasn't it? The last time you were there.
No, it's been all right. Still pretty magic moments. I think that was just fairy tale ending to a crazy year, to be fair. But yeah, we're all so excited to be back. I think it's quite fitting that we get to start our campaign again there when we finished it so well last season. You know, it's like, it's always special, and
yeah, it is. Yeah,
I'm hoping that we get a bit more crowd in now that they've seen what we do. Like obviously,
well, you got some big crowds, didn't you, towards the end? It was good.
Class, really, really cool.
It was. I remember obviously my little one got to run out with the semi with you guys, which was awesome. And I know Ed's kids went to the semi and the final as well, which obviously they loved.
Yeah.
You know, which is this weekend, is you guys have now got a women's Slater Cup as well.
I know, sick.
Which would be cool.
And just been told there's a trophy for it, so silverware, gotta love it.
We need to get our hands on that, as Ed keeps telling me. We haven't got it yet, and he's desperate to give it to us, so and I'm desperate for him to give it to me. But hopefully you guys can get one as well, which you both get a trophy on Saturday. It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
No, 100%. How is he? How is Ed?
He's good, yeah, really good. Yeah, there's obviously days where, you know, you're going to have your days, but he's so nice to talk to. Like for me, over the last few weeks, he's still that voice of reason, in a different way to what he was probably when he played, where he was a very angry man, and would just sort of swear a lot and tell people to get on with it. Now there's I'm sure he won't mind me saying this, there's a very reflective side to him, where he's seeing things from different angles, and I can go into a conversation with Ed thinking one thing and I'm pretty confident I know it's right, and then 20 minutes later I'm thinking the complete opposite, and he's seen it from a different place, a different angle, and such experience still help. He's always helped me, like since I've become captain, but even now it's like more, like he sees so much more from what, you know, and obviously he's got his little pet Fraser that tells him everything as well, so it's if he's not helping Fraser, he's helping me, which is, you know, probably enough on his plate. But no, he's doing well. Doing very well. That's
really cool. What kind of like things is he? Obviously, you mentioned leadership and stuff. Like, what are the nuggets that he gives you that?
The biggest thing for me is how he like sees things and talks to people. Like he was very good at, he knew when and who to shout at and who would like respond well to it. So like, he knew someone like me or Fraser, he could just down the line, be very honest. but then there'd also be the time of the arm round, which he probably only got towards the back end of his career. I think he was very much start of his career down the line, down the line, down the line. Whereas now there's that side of things where it's almost very honest, but in a different way.
Yeah.
Which is good. Yeah, which is always. I probably was similar in terms of my go-to would be down the line. Right, let's just get that. Like Monday last week was let's just do this. But then come the end of the week, it was like, some boys don't actually respond to that at all, especially younger players. I don't know what you find with younger players coming through. They're very different.
Different breed.
Yeah.
Generation X, is it? Is that
I don't know what it's XZ. I don't know what it is anymore. But they are. You start shouting at them, they just walk off.
Yeah.
It's not.
They're not made, are they?
No, I don't know what I don't know what it is that's different. But it's like rugby environments will change. I think because of it as it happens. I think the world's obviously changing a little bit. So obviously you guys won it last year. Everyone knows winning it twice is a lot harder. How do you think that's going to change the season for you?
Do you know what? Like we've not really broached it too much, but I think the mindset that I definitely have, and some of the girls as well, is like it's not really ours anymore. Like that was last season. That's kind of in the past, and it's about going and doing it again. And like, yeah, it's so difficult to do because everyone comes out that little bit harder at you. But in all honesty, like after our signings and stuff last year, I think people were targeting us the whole way through anyway. So yeah, about like going out attacking each week and just trying to like get your hands on it again. But similarly, obviously, Worcester are now not in the league anymore, which is crushing for everyone involved up there. So we've got 2 games less in our regular season as well, and you do feel that pressure. Like you do feel the fact that table just becomes way tighter. Like looking at the men's table at the minute, it's crazy. All of those sat around like 11 to 16 or 19 or whatever it is.
Just makes any points huge.
Yeah.
Like everything you can get. Like I'm sure on reflection, if we'd have from like last week, if you'd got 2 points from every away game, you'd be buzzing come the end of the year.
Yeah.
But for you guys, it's a new team as well, isn't it, Leicester? They're new into the league, so does that change things? Do you know how to analyse them, or is it a bit different?
To be fair, I think we're in a great space as a squad in terms of we know what we do works because of how we went about it last season. Like we've only lost a few players. Like there's not been a lot of change in our setup at all. So it's going to be rusty. Like I don't think we can go out and expect to be like a massive bang, because we've only had a week and a bit together as a squad. All coming back from WXV and stuff like that. So I think we need to be realistic at where we start, but it is super exciting that we're kind of going out playing this unknown in one of the most incredible occasions. I think we can all agree that Ed's a hell of a bloke, and we all want to do everything we can to support him and his family and the cause in the best way possible. So yeah, it's very exciting. Like we're excited to be part of the bigger Gloucester rugby family and all that sort of stuff.
I think it's huge. Like when you get the 2 teams together, it's always good. And Gloucester is a rugby city, rugby fans, and it's 2 good games hopefully.
We'll have to be in here or Teagues for a drink after. I think that's going to be the setup, definitely.
And has Linny calmed down yet? I heard he was. Has he put a top back on since the end of the final or not?
No, he's been jumping from foot to foot since, pretty much. Yeah.
Good.
No, like he's been good as goal. Like obviously they've had the cup campaign to get on with at the start of the season, so bedding in a lot of our younger girls.
And he got to coach the Barbars, didn't he? I heard about he was off with doing that, which was.
He wasn't actually with Gloucester-Hartpury all summer because he was
just away.
Yeah, he was on holiday and then with the Barbars, but
living the dream. He deserves it. I've known Linny a long time, and I was very glad when he
got the call.
When he got that, it was good for him. Very good.
He got to pick his forward coach as well, so he picked Xuan, who retired, captain, and ended at Gloucester-Hartpury. I think they grew up. They were at the same rugby club growing up and stuff, so just a real fitting end for him as well. So for you, obviously Leicester the weekend haven't won the Slater Cup yet. Sorry to bring that up. That's brutal, isn't it?
Yeah, as bad as Ed. He keeps saying.
But what are you expecting from them this weekend? Obviously they got a decent derby win at the weekend, so.
Yeah, well obviously they got a new coach as well, which is it's always interesting when you see a team trying to sort of transition with a new coach. Andre Pollard and Jasper, 2 World Cup winners coming straight back in. They've obviously made a big difference, and I think it'd be a typical sort of Leicester game. They'll go back to type a little bit, which they did at the weekend to try and to get that derby win. They'll go big forward pack. They're going to come pretty north-south, and they'll be well up for it, knowing that they've held it since it started. So for us, we spoke to Fraser about it today, and I think we kind of went about it a bit wrong last year. We probably got too emotional about it. It's not who cares for Ed more. It's probably who represents Ed more as a player. And like all the stuff we spoke about this week was around being desperate, being ruthless, being accurate, which is, Ed was sort of epitomised all of those. I think whatever team goes out there and represents Ed as a player will win on Saturday.